Hello, so today I'm looking at M3 International A-Level, January 2015, Edexcel, and here we have a particle of mass 3 kilos, which is moving along the horizontal x-axis. In the beginning, at time 0, the particle passes through the origin, moving in the positive x direction. At a later time, t seconds, OP is x meters and the velocity is v. At time t seconds, the resultant force acting on P is this, measured in the positive x direction. So in other words, the force is positive. For time is bigger than 0, the maximum speed of P is 32, and they are asking me to find v squared in terms of x. So here, I will begin by writing the formula that has the resultant force in, which is Newton's second law. And I know that the resultant force is equal to the mass multiplied by the acceleration. Now, in these questions, I always have the choice of writing the acceleration as dv by dt, change in velocity over change in time, essentially, or v dv dx. Now, in this case, for the acceleration, because they've given me the force in terms of x, I'm going to use this expression, so I get v dv by dx. I can see that I have a factor of 3 on both sides, so I could divide both sides by 3, and I will now separate and integrate, and I'll pop this 2 up here, so I get 2v integrated with respect to v equals 3 times 26, which is 78 minus 3x, and that is integrated with respect to x. Okay, so now I can integrate. So here I end up with v squared, and over here I end up with 78x minus 3x squared over 2, and I shall pop a c on this side. Okay, so now I need to find what c is, so I need to try to pop some initial conditions in so that I can find out what c is. In this case, they told me when time is 0, and P is at the origin, so x is 0, but I don't have the relationship between x and t. Reading on, they didn't say anything else. What they did say was this: the maximum speed of P is 32, and we do know that when we're at max speed, then we know that the acceleration is 0, and so therefore the acceleration times mass, in other words the force, will be 0. So that tells me that this expression here will be 0 at the maximum speed. So therefore, for this to be 0, I would need 26 minus x to make 0. So in other words, when x is 26. Okay, so I can pop that together with this, v is 32, this and this, into here. So popping this in, I get 78 times x, 26, minus 3 over 2 times 26 squared, plus c will give me v squared, which will be 32 squared. Okay, so popping all of that into my calculator, I do 32 squared minus 78 times 26 plus 3 over 2 times 26 squared, and I end up with that c is 10. And now I'm just going to write out this expression again so that I can get that last answer mark. So I get, therefore, v squared is 78x minus 3 over 2x squared plus 10. There you are, and so that is worth 6 marks. I hope you found this useful. Do click if you liked it, and see you next time.